everyone, welcome back to the Cinderella phenomenon. So, we had a big fight with Delora, and Waltz is very upset and Karma's confused. And Parfait is off doing something mysterious. And we've met Varg, sorta, kinda, a little bit, not face to face, but I have so many concerns. Anyways, we're going back to the Leverton home. And our trip back to the Leverton home is silent. Delora has reverted to her doll form. I hold her close to my chest. Both of us are quiet, and I am lost in my own thoughts. I wonder what questions Delora has that I could possibly help her with. Delora. Princess? We speak at the same time. All right, you first. Or not, I'll go first then. I want to apologize. Don't look so surprised. I can admit when I'm wrong. That's a lesson you need to learn too, but that's for another day. I know you've been working to break the curse, and I know you've been putting a lot of effort into it. And I know why it would be difficult for you to accomplish 3 good deeds. I want you to know that I do want you to succeed, Princess. Most of the time it doesn't feel that way. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have cursed you if I didn't think you were capable of overcoming it, Lucette. I truly believe you will break your curse. We turn onto the path that leads to the Leverton home. I pause to squint at the oddly shaped shadow by the doorway. I quickly slip off the road and behind the nearest obstacle. It's dark, but is that? Delora has not seen what I have. She keeps talking. More to the point, you must break your curse. It's vital that you do as soon as possible. There's a very good reason why I slap my hand over her mouth to muffle her. I've only just managed to hide her when the shadow moves. The moonlight glints off of his mask for just an instant, but it is enough. It's Varg. He starts to turn in my direction. Don't run and don't look back. It attracts their attention. And his sight is based off movement. This is Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs can only see you if you move. I freeze in place. There's no one here. Look away. Look away! Delora is still struggling in my arms. I do my best to keep her still with my hands. If she gets us caught. And then, as if by magic, the clouds move, obscuring the light of the moon. An inky black, almost unnatural shadow falls over me. After a heartbeat, he turns away from me. I watch as he slips around the side of the Leverton home and disappears from sight. I run back to the plaza, but Waltz and Karma are no longer there. What do I do now? Not even a thank you! Delora pops her head out of my pocket, shaking out her hair. I just moved some clouds and played with some shadows to keep us hidden from a crazy masked man. But you know, I do that all the time. That was you? Well, it wasn't the wind. I had no idea she had such power. Well, hello there. I whirl around, once again keeping my hands over Delora to hide her from sight. If it isn't the Crown Princess herself. Surely good princesses shouldn't be out on their own at this time of night. But then, you're not all that good, are you? Good girls do what they're told and stay in one place. But you're not one for letting people keep you rooted in one place, are you? Do you have any idea how long I've been looking for you? Where are my manners? I haven't introduced myself. He sweeps into a deep, elegant bow. I'm Varg, Sir Alcaster's humble servant. He's told me about your issues. He's asked me to keep an eye on you. Make sure you're safe. I already have a personal knight. Oh, could have fooled me. Haven't seen him around, have you? Fritz. Looks like he's slacking off to me. Fritz is not slacking off, he's just under the influence of an extremely potent sleeping potion and is unable to wake up. Also, he could sneak out. This is all my fault. A crown princess shouldn't have to make up excuses for her knight, don't you think? Sounds like he's pretty incapable. Varg approaches, then holds out his arm. I'll escort you back. I stare at his arm, but do not take it. Varg tilts his head to the side. I cannot read his expression through the mask. Don't you trust me, princess? No! No! What were you expecting? I wasn't expecting you, to be honest. I thought princesses were meant to be shy and sweet all the time. You know, like Emmeline. I am not Emmeline. So I'm learning. Varg reaches out and grabs my hand. He places it into the crook of his arm with a smug smile. Let's go. I can do nothing but follow as he forces me along. I do not appreciate being dragged. And I don't like waiting around for something that's not going to happen. This is for your own safety, princess. He flashes an almost predatory smile at me, his teeth startlingly bright in the darkness. He says he is meant to keep me safe, but I feel like he's going to devour me. I'm still shaking when I return to my room in the Leverton home. I've already heard Varg leave the house, but I'm not convinced the lock on the front door will keep him out. Well, that was exciting! Uh-huh. Are you all right? I cannot show weakness. Not now, not ever. I am fine. I never knew there was a back door to this place. Pretty convenient for sneaking past your guard dog, isn't it? Wonder how Varg knew that door existed. Hey, chin up. You did well back there. I froze. I did nothing. I was useless. There's nothing you could have done. He already seems to be an accomplished tracker. But nothing. If anything, this was my fault for not being able to protect you. I do not know why I am so afraid of Varg. He works for Sir Alcaster. He wouldn't hurt me. She has that look again. Is it because of her suspicions of Sir Alcaster? Or because she suspects that Varg is serving the witches? Alcaster mentioned Sir Mithras before, but I have no idea how he plays into any of this. No point worrying about it now. We're not going to get answers just by staring at the wall. Might as well get some sleep. What aren't you telling me, Delora? An awful lot, Lucette! And I'm not going to tell you anything until tomorrow morning, so go to bed. I do not think I'll be able to sleep tonight, unless... Delora? Yes? It is strange, because I thought I'd outgrown this tendency, but I used to do this all the time. Can I hold you until I fall asleep? I think I see a glimmer of a smile on Delora's face. Of course. I grab Delora and hold her against my chest. Her weight and shape are familiar and comforting. When I was in the palace, hugging my dolls made me feel like I wasn't alone. Sweet dreams, Lucette. My queen. That voice, it's familiar. Faye and the traitors approach. The Tenenbaum goes weak. Mother? You will prevail. You are far stronger, far more beautiful. Enough. My beauty is irrelevant. The tide of the war is turning. We must consider our options. But your majesty, if I must wait for my revenge, then I will. What will you do? As my queen commands. My faithful student, you will be rewarded for your loyalty. And the traitor will be damned for his betrayal. Believe in me. Believe in us. We will be victorious. The humans and the traitors will pay. Oh no! I sit up in bed, my heart pounding. I can't remember. The details of the dream are already fading from my mind, but the dread still hangs in my chest like a dark, heavy cloud. It must have been a nightmare. Princess? I turn and see Fritz standing in the doorway, his eyes filled with concern. I didn't mean to. I heard you and I... Are you okay? Fritz. Maybe it is the stress of what happened with Varg. Maybe it is the nightmare I just woke from. Or maybe it is the relief of seeing a familiar face. But suddenly there are tears in my eyes. Princess! Fritz! Oh! Then suddenly Fritz's arms are around me and I am pressed close to his warm chest. I can hear his heartbeat. Do you want to talk about it? Tell him everything. I cannot remember it clearly, but I believe it was a nightmare. I can remember Mother's voice, the cruel, wicked contempt of her voice. It was terrible. A sudden coldness slides over my body, making me shiver despite Fritz's best efforts. Yes, unlike with Rumple, telling Fritz things works! He does not slip away, and his closeness once again comforts me after some time. He is so warm. You know, Princess, I'm glad I could comfort you this time, even if I was never able to before. How did you know I had nightmares? It was on my night patrols. Sometimes I would pass by your door and hear you. You never said anything. Fritz runs his hand through my hair, his touch gentle and comforting. It was never my business, personal night or not. I figured if you ever needed to tell anyone, I'd be there for you. I only know time is passing because of the shifting shadows in my room. So cute. And too soon the room brightens with the dawn of a new day. I feel safe. I had forgotten Delora was with me, but now she squirms subtly in my grasp, a small flutter of motion that does not even catch Fritz's eye. When Fritz moves away, I quickly hide Delora behind me. Why are you smiling at me like that? It's just nice to know that some things don't change. What? Oh, Princess, you didn't have any of the tea I served yesterday, did you? The tea that we slipped the potion into. Now that he's brought it up, I have no idea what to say. I manage a weak shrug of my shoulders and shake my head, telling him that I did not. You should really try it sometime. I haven't slept so well in a long time. I feel remarkably refreshed. I feel Delora shaking behind me, and I can tell that she is trying not to laugh. I pinch her arm. Sure. He lets go of me and stands up. Speaking of tea, it's actually time for breakfast, but we'll pass on the tea today. Did I ever tell you about the best bakery in Angielle? No, I think you told me about the best baker? Oh, but Princess, they are two different things. There are all kinds of shops in the town plaza. Two different things. The baker makes the best croissants, but the bakery, well, I'll show you. But first, I'll let you get changed. I haven't changed outfits in 17 years. Hey, Princess. Fritz might be fine, but his father is clearly not. Be careful today. Are you not coming with us? I'm going to stay here and see what I can dig up when no one else is looking. Lucette? I have never heard her say my name so seriously before. I mean it. Be careful and stay safe. If Varg shows up when we're not here, you too, Delora. Be careful. Much to my surprise, she sinks into a polite curtsy. As the princess commands. Dun dun dun, revelations. A week has passed and my days have been uneventful. I spend most of my time with Fritz, who shows me around Angielle every day that he's able. Most of the time I actively try to keep him out of the Leverton home so that Delora can continue her investigation. Apparently this is the only way she will let me help. At least she promised she'd tell me everything tonight. Well, this is a little hard to explain, but Alcaster is hiding something. Delora, I already know that. You didn't let me finish. When I say something, I mean everything. There are no clues here. Wait. Before you throw that pillow at me, I really do have to tell you something. You know how Varg knew we'd left to go back to the Marchen? Somebody put wards on this house. That somebody is alerted whenever someone crosses the threshold in and out of this place. Is that person a witch? Could be a fairy, but considering the circumstances, I'll put my money on a witch. Do you think Varg put up these wards? He's working for the witches, but I don't think he has the ability to put up these wards. The wards are nothing like I've ever seen. They are like fine silk strands all around the house. Like a cobweb. Right. But you know what else I found? The web's not as strong around the back door. The door Varg took us through. That means we have a way out. A way out that will allow us to leave without Varg being notified. I do not think he will appear unless the witch who put the webs around this house finds out I'm gone. How do we know the witch won't be alerted if we use that door? Only one way to find out! I lean against the wall of the alleyway where I had agreed to meet with Delora and catch my breath. I can't believe that worked. She had sent me out first, promising she would catch up with me once she made sure the witch wasn't going to come to the Leverton household when I left. Fritz said that he was tired from all the training he had done earlier in the day and retired to bed early. That worked out in our favor and made it easier for us to leave the home. She is taking longer than I thought she would. Has she been found out? I step away from the wall when I hear footsteps. Delora? What have I told you about wandering off? Suddenly, Varg is standing before me with a snide smile on his face. How did he know? Delora said he couldn't be the witch that put up the wards. Let's stand our ground. Let's see how this works. He works for Sir Alcaster. He won't hurt me. I don't know how the witch plays into all of this and what his relationship is with them, but I have faith. Sir Alcaster does not want me harmed. Oh, this is a surprise. Who knew a sheltered little princess would have a backbone? But in this case, your bravado is stupidity. Varg takes another step forward. Though we are not touching, I can feel the suffocation of his presence. I attempt to take a step back and realize that my back is already against the wall. There's nothing more I can do. You should be afraid of me. Poor little ignorant princess. If only you knew what was in store for you. This is no time to be a coward. Why don't you tell me then? Varg throws his head back and laughs. You are always a surprise, aren't you? Well, I'll tell you if you ask. Very nicely. How dare he? I like that defiant look on your face, princess. Finally, we got the happy thing. Varg moves forward, so close I can nearly feel his warmth. What is he doing? He is far too close. But I think I like the look of fear even more. Come on, I'm waiting, princess. Or do I overwhelm you? You have no right to tell me what to do. Varg slams his hand against the wall, effectively caging me in. He leans down toward me, his smile predatory, but I do not flinch away. Still so brave. I'll admit it, I'm impressed. You're interesting, princess, and a lot more fun than I thought you'd be. As thanks for the entertainment, I'll share a little something with you. Alcaster doesn't want you safe because he's a good man. The type of man he is doesn't have a heart. The man won't do anything that won't benefit him in the future. What do you mean? Let's just say your safety is a requirement for something he wants from someone. Who? Wait, is that someone Sir Mithros? Varg's eerie smile stretches further across his face. Oh, so you can think for yourself. What does Sir Mithros want? A lot of things. Ask me again when you can be more specific. Now, Why don't you enlighten me? What's a good girl like you doing out at this time of night? I needed some air. Is that so? Well, I'm sure you've had quite enough, so... Varg pulls back from me the moment the footsteps sound. He swivels on the spot, his body tense. I feel a hand on my shoulder and realize belatedly that it is not Varg's. I am pulled away from his grasp. Waltz? Quickly! What? Varg is cut off as he defends himself when a sword suddenly strikes at his direction. I would keep your eyes on me, scoundrel, unless you do not fear being skewered. That man, he was the one who was with Waltz when I was chased down the streets. His features are familiar. Is that Karma? Outrunning Karma, that boy. Na na da da da. Come on, Lucette. Stop singing show tunes. But we need to get you back to the Marchen. You're not going anywhere, princess. Try as you might, you're not getting through me. I have to fight you, clowns? Don't make me laugh. I see Varg lift his cane, but Waltz pulls me around the corner before I can see what happens next. What just happened? Did Varg... I turn around to check, but Waltz keeps pulling me forward. I have barely even stepped into the Marchen when Delora pulls me into a hug. Thank goodness you're safe. Delora, Karma is still... Waltz pauses in surprise as an intense light erupts in the middle of the Marchen. For a few moments, I am struck blind. As the light begins to fade away, I see Parfait. Her expression is grim as she holds on to the man who helped us earlier. Waltz, please get Rumpel right away. Right away, Lady Parfait. Together, we carefully set him down on the sofa. Now that I can see the injured man more closely, I come to the conclusion that I was right earlier. Karma? Yes, he is badly injured. Parfait, what are you doing using the teleportation spell? You know what it does to your body. It was his cane. It was enchanted and I didn't think. Parfait shifts on her feet before losing her balance and stumbling backwards. Delora catches her before she can fall. I didn't have a choice. He would have killed him otherwise. I was right then. I should have gone. What's all the noise? The instant Rumpel sees Karma, his puzzled expression sharpens into something more serious. Rumpel strides forward with a confidence I did not expect. I need hot water, and the bag Anise keeps in the kitchen. I'll grab it for you. Who is this man, and what has he done with Rumpel? Rumpel recovered one of his journal entries the other day. He's remembered that he's a doctor. That doesn't really explain why his entire demeanor has changed, but I suppose that's not important right now. I'm so glad you're safe, Princess. I've never seen Parfait look this tired. Parfait, are you hurt? Don't worry about me, Princess. I'll be fine. Like any of us are going to believe that. I have so many questions for the two of them, and I have no idea where to start. My brain feels like a scrambled board full of puzzle pieces that won't fit together. Oh, don't fuss. I really am fine. What is going on? Delora, why don't you get the princess something to drink? I'll come join you shortly. Delora sets a mug down in front of me before taking a seat beside me. Chocolate, hot and sweet. I raided the pantry for you. It smells exactly like something I'd have in the palace. I did not know there was chocolate here. Anise thinks she can hide it from us, but she can't. Will Karma be all right? Rumpel is apparently a renowned doctor. Karma will be fine. I do not know how this happened. It was just meant to be a simple test, but now Karma and Parfait are hurt because of Varg. They shouldn't have come. They did not have to come for me. But they came because they were worried about you. Why do these people care so much about me? What do they really want? They would not have been hurt if they did not come. I went to meet you, but when I got to the plaza, you were gone. I thought there might be some magic barring me from seeing you, so I ran to the Marchen and asked for everyone's help. I messed up. They were hurt because I failed. The only one to blame is Varg. Are you all right? You're limping. I'll be fine. I'm just tired. Parfait takes a seat on the opposite side of the table from Delora and I. Have you told her? No, not yet. Told me what? Is this about Alcaster? No, it's about Varg. I waited a good half hour or so at the house after you'd left, Lucette. No one came, so I just walked out, but Fritz wasn't there. He wasn't in his room or anywhere in the house. What? But where would he have gone? Princess. Fritz is cursed. You know this, yes? Of course. He remembered me. But what does his being cursed have to do with anything? Whenever you're with Fritz, Varg never stops by the house. In fact, I've never seen Varg in broad daylight, and I've definitely never seen Fritz and Varg together in the same place at once. I've been wondering why Varg is working for Alcaster. Then there's the fact that he wears a mask and conceals his identity. They're linking Varg and Fritz together. That's not possible. Whatever you're thinking, it's ridiculous. So is an entire kingdom forgetting they have a crown princess, don't mind me. Magic works in strange and mysterious ways. But Fritz would never. It is only a theory, but it's more than possible that Fritz and Varg are the same person. Two personalities sharing one body. No. I stand and ball my hands into tight fists. You're wrong. I turn to walk away. Where are you going? Princess, we're not done talking to you. Delora, give her time. I do not go too far. I just want to give myself enough space to think. Fritz and Varg are the same? It is not possible, except it is! We saw him die once. Why would Delora say that? Princess! Sir Mithros? Why is this all happening so fast? Where did he come from? And how does he know who I am? Did Alcaster tell him? And Sir Mithros believed him? Let's just say your safety is a requirement for something he wants from someone. Could it be that Sir Mithros is the someone Varg was referring to? Thank goodness you're all right. How did he know where I was? I'm so sorry for my lack of foresight, Princess. None of this should have happened. I will serve you properly from now on, with complete honesty, unlike those within the Marchen. You shouldn't have left the Leverton home. It's too dangerous for you. Sir Mithros has not seen me since I have been cursed, so why is he talking to me as if he knows who I am? Not only that, he knows I left the Leverton home. So you remember that I am the crown princess, Sir Mithros. I cannot lie to you, Princess. Yes, I do remember. How is that possible? I am a witch. Aha! Brought to light. A witch. A father would never let a witch work in the palace. I feel the cogs of my mind slowly whirling, piecing together a puzzle I cannot see in full. The witch who set the alarm on the Leverton home, the person Sir Alcaster wants a favor from, and the person he and Varg are working for. It's him. But you must believe me when I say I mean you no harm. I only want to protect you from the people in the Marchen. Protect me? Those in the Marchen have cursed you. It's unforgivable. When I heard what they did to Varg in order to abduct you. Abduct me from Varg? Who is Varg? You would not believe me if I told you the truth. I believed you when you said you were a witch. True. Forgive my assuming, Princess. I take a deep breath and look him in the eyes. Are Varg and Fritz the same person? Yes, in that they inhabit the same body. It is true! So, Delora was telling the truth. But it was necessary. Fritz was not willing to follow some of my orders that ensured your safety. Varg, however, is obedient and a more capable bodyguard. Nothing can be allowed to stand in the way of your safety, least of all the knight who was meant to protect you. Are you the one who cursed him? Yes. He said that without even batting an eye. My princess, you must believe me. Those in the margin are only lying to you, trying to keep you away from your destiny. They are your enemies. How can you know that? I do not wish to bring up uncomfortable subjects, but you must be aware of the public's opinion of you. Yes, they hate me for some reason, and they want Emmeline to be crowned princess in my place. Sir Mithras nods, his expression solemn but flickering with sympathy. And I have run out of time. My battery pack is dead, almost. So I will continue this in the next episode. Catch you then, guys. Bye-bye.